Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of my wonderful and beautiful little lovelies out there. And how I love you all so, and I hope that you're all super duper well, super duper wonderful, and super duper delish. And that life is treating you most deliciously so. I hope that we're feeling the love and continue to feel the love, my little honey buddies. Now then, what's the time, Mr. Wall? So it's 9 minutes, that's not coding, to 12 in the morning, my delicious little babies, on the 14th of August 2026. Okay. Now then, it's the sun's going in and out. It is rather warm today. There's a tiny, tiny, tiny little breeze of wind, and that is the weather forecast in my neck of the woods in our old England. And I hope that wherever you are, my little lovelies, that life is treating you most deliciously, and that you two are having beautiful weather. And I hope that you all rested well wherever you are in the world. Okay. Now then, so I have two videos to give to you today, my delicious little babies. Now then, so we've got, okay, so this one is, I think it's over 26 minutes long, my delicious little babies. Now, these two uploaders will more than likely be a one-off, okay, with anybody not in that way, apart from one. Okay, my delicious little babies. So this first one is 84.3 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies, and the uploader is called, and I had to fish for these, my delicious little babies. So I'm not talking to any of our little lovelies who already have seen these videos. I'm talking to our little lovelies who have not. Okay, and this one is called Snap, capital S, Snap with one P, space, capital S, Shift. Okay, my delicious baby, so that's the uploader. And like I said, I'm pretty sure it's this one that's over 26 minutes long. Snap Shift, spaces. Now, the video should read, China's new invention could replace plastic forever. Okay, my delicious baby, so I'm just going to repeat this again for you. Of course, whether this is true or not, I'm not certain at this moment. And even if there was, in all fairness, to get rid of plastic, I'm pretty sure that we are a little bit away from that. Okay, so I'm just going to repeat it once again. China's new invention could replace plastic forever. Okay, so what is this about? My delicious baby? So what they're talking about is, because I need to listen to the rest of the video. I've only listened to part of it because I just needed to get my videos out to you, my little beautifuls. So what they're saying is about plastic is that it's the only thing now then that, say for example, you could drop on the floor or, well, whatever really, it's not going to break. So it's not like glass or anything like this now then, okay? Of course, it doesn't seem to go back into the earth, if you know what I mean. Okay, so therefore there are downsides to having plastic, my delicious babies. But in this video, it's also discussing, your man there is also discussing, because you do not see him, you hear him. He's also discussing about the fact that, the plastic goes into the oceans, goes into all other places. Okay, of course, we've known this for decades. There we are. Okay, so there's nothing new there. But, and of course it does affect ocean life, bless them, and it affects us as mankind. It affects our beautiful little babies who we call our sons and daughters, little and large animals, little and large birdies, because even they swallow it. Okay, and creatures great and small. So this affects all my delicious babies now then. What this video is also talking about is the use of bamboo. Now, I remember decades ago, my delicious babies, I used to know, actually, there we are, quite a few who used to use bamboo. Okay, my delicious babies. So it's all to do with that. Okay. Now, do I personally believe, I'm not saying that that they haven't been working on different things. I'm not saying that, my delicious babies. What I'm saying is is that let's look at plastic as being billions, trillions of kaching, you know, every year. Okay, so, to come up with this now, then, mad delicious babies. Well, we shall just see, won't we? But nevertheless, it is, there we are, worth a listen to the video. Should anybody happen to have any form of an interest. From what I could see, he's talking about, other things on his videos, but I was just focusing just on this, okay, so that I could give the information out. And then, of course, if any of our little beautifuls out there then decided that they were going to have a look at this channel, then, you might find there are other information that may have been some use to yourselves. Do you see what I mean? Okay, this is what I do. I just look at different topics, different subjects. Like, there's another video that I saw, I'd have to see if I could go back to it, where they were showing that there's places in Iran that, well, they're basically saying it shouldn't be there. But I mean, of course, if you go way back, only from, what I've been hearing and so forth, without going into the full research, because I need to quack go that, duck go it, you know what I mean? But and I will go back and listen to that video. I just need to find it first, okay? I've just seen it just this morning before I came on my camera and Mad Delicious Babies, and I thought, oh, should I do this? And I thought, no. I thought, let me just do these two first. Well, if we go back, what they're saying is, again, I mean, ones could say, well, what is the oldest? Would it be Greece? Would it be Egypt? Would it be China? Or would it be Iran? Okay, so, I mean, everybody, there we are, will have a different thought of what they feel the oldest is, but according to what I've heard, I mean, I could be wrong here. I could be wrong. Nobody's ever right all the time. I do not get everything right, my delicious babies. I'm just going to be, there we are, honest in what I say. Sometimes I could advertise a video, and maybe I should have gone back and, there we are, and done a little bit more research on it. But nevertheless, I give, there we are, food for thought. But if you go way back, what does it go back to? Iranian, and then what's his Persian? So some would say, my delicious babies, that Iran is the oldest, and that many other go back to Iran. That's only from, different little videos that I've seen, my delicious babies. I'm certainly not saying whether this is correct or whether it is not correct. Whether it is or whether it is not. I'm just saying, okay? Who can really say what is the oldest at this point? Okay, my delicious babies, because, of course, we get back to it again. We've been bullshitted our whole lives. And I'm 52 now, then, and that's not old. You know what I mean? It's constant flipping effing bullshit, man. Do you know what I mean, my delicious babies? And that's what I'm saying to you. So anyway, so that's that. Sorry, I'll just go off on one sometimes. It's all right. It's whatever's on my noddle, okay, my delicious babies. But it's well worth a look to see, what years, and of course they're not telling all the truth. So, they're clearly missing out a few bits here and there. Do you know what I mean, my delicious babies, which they seem to have done for many decades. Okay, my delicious babies. Anyway, well worth. Never needed to stumble. Little watch of this video. Now, finally, my delicious babies, and I'm going to be over and out, okay? This upload happens to have 61.9 thousand subscribers, my delicious little babies, okay? And the uploader is called capital T, then a space, capital O, opening, the space, opening. Okay, my delicious babies. Now then, this one here, I think, is about 30, is it 34? It's either 34 minutes something or 36 minutes. It's one of those. Okay, my delicious babies. Now, again, I've only just started to, there we are, to watch it, my delicious babies. I really have, okay? And I will watch the rest of it, okay? When I say I'm going to do, there we are. When I say I'm going to do it, I do as what I say I'm going to do, okay? But I need to get these out, okay? For myself, it drew, there we are, my attention. with both of the, there we are, with both of these videos, okay? So the video should read 5 cracks in reality you've never noticed. 1. Okay, my delicious baby, so I'm just going to repeat that again for you. 5 cracks in reality you've never noticed. 1. Okay, my delicious baby, so what they're talking about is this woman, was she a brain scientist or something? So, oh, somebody's alarm's going off. A brain scientist or something anyway. But it's all to do with that, my delicious babies. But what I thought was really good about this particular video, because with myself, I only look at a few here and there. I just look at a few, comments here and there, you know what I mean, on different channels. Some may not even have, where they put the comments on, okay? There's not very many of those, okay? But it does happen. But what I found really interesting about this particular video, my delicious babies, okay, is some of the comments. Now, apparently there is another viewer who's put there, they do not normally subscribe to a channel just looking at one video, but the reason why they're doing it, because they've been talking about this as well. Some of the comments, my delicious babies, there we are very fascinating indeed. Okay, but I mean, of course, I've said to yourselves, haven't I? So now I'm going to close my book, my delicious babies. I've said to you myself, haven't I, my delicious babies? There's so much that is wonderful, beautiful, and delicious about each and every one of us. We're all talented. We've just got to go backwards. We're all talented, my delicious babies. We're all skillful, okay? But because laugh, say to way, it goes that fast. That's what I love about meditation. Just before I leave my video, my delicious babies, because the life goes so fast that you never had the chance, there we are, just to stand still. Okay, but I've had lots of different things to do with myself. Like, I feel like I've been taller. I feel like it's just really, but I feel very light. I've talked about this over months and months and months, whatever o'clock and years on my videos, my delicious babies. Okay, so I do get a lot of these different openers, but going back now to the matter in hand, to do with the video and to do with meditation that I was just discussing, I happen to be able, there we are, to concentrate when it comes, there we are, to meditation. Okay, not everybody can, because their noddle, chin, 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 chat, 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 is too cluttered. Okay, because you're thinking about what you're going to have for lunch, what you're going to have for tea, what you're going to have for breakfast. Then you're thinking about, if you've got beautiful little babies, got to go and walk the little babies, got to go and see to a little pussycat. I've got to go to work. I've got to go shopping. I've got to go and take the bands, for those who are blessed to have bands, because, bless anybody who very sadly has experienced problems and very sadly cannot. But there's always something. I've got to go and book my holiday. I've got to do this. I've got my gardening to do. I've got the painting to do. I've got the wallpapering to do. The list goes on and on. Do you know what I mean? So to just stay still and just not focus on anything, that's why the Buddhist way, there we are, is really good. And I used to teach it years ago, free of charge. They just used to bring some juice or some cake or some biscuits, like this. And we just used to have tea, coffee, juice. Do you know what I mean? Have some biscuits or a slice of cake afterwards, you know what I mean? And then all have a little discuss about how our meditation went, how everybody's meditation went. Do you see what I mean? Okay, because some would get more than others. Some of our little lovelies, not in that way, they may not have experienced anything, but they just had total relaxation. For others, then would have got glimpses of other things. Do you see what I mean, delicious babies? So it's very fascinating. But for myself personally, I happen to enjoy meditation. I can meditate on my own, but I happen to enjoy meditation like in a circle. Okay? But when you look at it, what's the point to what I'm making, my delicious babies? When we actually look at how much we have, there we are, within us. Okay, and this is why I wanted to advertise that video. There we are today, Marvelous Babies. There's always a method to what I do. It may not look like it sometimes. You may not be able to hear what you're hearing. Okay, there we are. But there is a reason for everything that I say and do. I never do anything without a reason. Okay, and for myself, I'll go back to the comments again. For the few comments that I saw, they seem to very much be alike in this video. Okay, my delicious babies. And if nothing else, with any of the videos, and like I mention all different types of, I repeat again, different topics and subjects. The fact of the matter is, what it's designed to do, not being patronistic or sarcastic or, you know what I mean, or anything, it's designed to give food for thought, just to look at something else. I'm not talking to any of our little beauties out there who also think the same way as myself. I'm talking to our little beautifuls out there where maybe they haven't looked into something, shall we say, do you know what I mean? Okay, but nevertheless, this is for, there we are, everybody to take a listen to. Okay, I just like to draw different things to wear in the mix. You know what I mean, my delicious babies? But it certainly gets one's noddles. There we are, sparing a thought. Do you see? And if anybody doesn't do meditation, or you do struggle with it, if you've tried it, well, maybe try a different teacher or something. Do you know what I mean? Okay, because it may just be that, you must remember that one size does not fit all. Okay, so you may have to go and try somebody else. You know what I mean? For some, you could actually do, there we are, the one-to-one meditation, which would suit some. Okay, I'd be fine whether I did one-to-one or whether I did in a circle. Personally, but I just haven't found one. I've still been looking for one, my delicious babies, okay? But I haven't found, there we are, the right one, and somewhere where it's quite near, because what I'm sparing a thought of is when the winter comes, then you're waiting for buses and everything like this, and then it's dark and it's dreary and it's wet and it's snowy, you know what I mean? Nobody wants to be stood at a bus stop at whatever o'clock an hour, you know what I mean, okay? Especially after you've just done a banging meditation, do you know what I mean? So, so I'm still looking myself, but for some, they may want to do, there we are, one-to-one meditation. Do you see what I mean? And it can work for some, but the most important thing now, remember to wear, is clearing your noddle, clearing your mind of everything. That's the most difficult part. But getting back to the Buddha part that I was talking about, with the Buddha, I used to teach where you only focus on one part of your face, your bow trace. You see what I mean? You solely only focus on that. And with the best will in the world, my delicious babies, you will find that most, there we are, will be able to conquer it. It's just practice. It's like anything. It's just like riding a bike, isn't it? Or it's just like learning to swim. It's the same thing. Okay, some, bless them, can never get the hang of it. It's like learning to drive. Somebody could have 1,000 lessons, and bless their beautiful dear little souls. Not being sarcastic, I would never do that, because it's such a shame. I've met some where they've done lesson after lesson after lesson, and they just said it's just not going to work. And after so many hundreds of lessons, I would say maybe driving would not be the best thing for them to do. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so it's the same with swimming. Some can, swim an ocean, you know what I mean? But for others, if they just cannot get the hang of it, I used to do swimming all the time, aqua aerobics all the time. And I used to talk to some where they wouldn't go near the deep end, or they wouldn't go, then they just said, oh, I don't swim, I just stand in the water, or just sit on the end, you know what I mean? But some are just happy doing that. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. So others would be at different levels. There we are. That's what I'm saying. It's like you could get somebody to ride a bike and they could say, well, I've got two, just as a figure of speech, I've got two left feet. It's just never going to happen. That's why each and every one of us, that we are so unique. You know, you can get some mankind where they can just put their noddle to anything, you know what I mean? But then you can get others, they're just simple things, cannot get the hang of it at all. And meditation, there we are, does happen to come into that category. Do you know what I mean? Okay, so I'm only speaking because I've seen so many in my decades now, delicious little babies. You know what I mean? Some of them just cannot get the noddle around it at all, bless them, you know what I mean? Or some will drift off to sleep. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, it's just everybody's different, and that's what makes us beautiful in our own right, and each and every one of us, do you see? Anyway, so that's my video, my delicious little babies. Whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening, please have a super duper delicious time. You only get one life, my little honey bunnies. Sending peace, love, harmony, and bright blessings to each and every one of you. May your beautiful little selves and your beautiful little families, may you all be fully protected, and how I love you so. You're super duper wonderful, super duper delicious, and I'll love you, my little honey bunnies. Okay, so until my next video, sending peace, love, harmony, bright blessings, and full protection to each and every one of you. Please try to take care of yourselves now, and please, if you could, try to take care of others, because we are in a bonkers, crackers, and crazy world. Okay, my little lovelies. So until my next video, thank you so very much for any views, for any likes, the occasional comments. Okay, how I love you so. Till next time, goodbye.